Are we ready to overreact about the Ben Johnson era Bears?
Yeah, I'm fine to. Well,
You want
yeah,
me to?
because
You want me to overreact?
yeah,
I'll overreact.
yeah, I'll overreact. Yeah,
Take a sip
you backed
of
me
that
in a corner
overreact.
by asking a question. You backed me in a corner. So, yeah, this thing just. I'm more so ready to overreact about Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. I just don't like. I don't know. Like I thought it was going to be good. It seems like he does well first drive of the game when you got everything scripted. Then he just seems like he can't work after not being scripted, and things like he's still mentally in his college state of I can roll out and make these immaculate throws, and that works against Washington. That doesn't work against the Washington Commanders, or it doesn't work against the Detroit Lions, but might work against Michigan State. So it's just like those kind of things where you get a little nervous. Obviously, you're hopeful that you're feeling like so overreacting about the Ben Johnson era, like them making the playoffs just won't happen. This year is kind of how I viewed the Patriots year last year for them. For me now, it's do we have the right coach? Do we have the right quarterback? I need to figure out if those are the checks. And if we can check off both boxes, whether it's even an X or a check, then it's a successful season. That's how I'm looking at it now.
I am not overreacting on the Chicago Bears. The first year that Dan Campbell was in Detroit, we would have said the same thing, and we could have said that 10 weeks in. We could have said, "Hey, is it already time to call it?" I still think it's going to take some time for them to get Caleb on the same page with Ben Johnson. Make the throws that he wants him to make, and not be Caleb, like Keenan was saying, where he's a scramble big play freak. Just let him dunk, make easy throws, and do all that stuff. So
can he make them?
He can make them. He's accurate enough. I think he just
the easy layups is ones he's been missing. That's kind of like I'm more so like the Caleb question more than a Ben question. With Ben, it's been 2 games. I can't really say, but like for me, it's a Caleb question, and I need to and obviously figure out Ben. But like the Caleb question more so than a Ben question.
I still have faith. I think it will work eventually. This is probably not the year. Like, I think I had predicted that they would lose these first 2 games before the preseason. So I don't think it's anything other than what a lot of people expected. I think they'll be just under 500 at best this year, and then next year's the real year that we're looking for it. We can't not say that the Bears have, like, they've objectively gotten better this year than they were at the start of last year. Last year, they were a pretty piss-poor team. They were a defense-first team, and now at least the offense at points looks good. So, I want to see him play more than just the first drive. That's kind of been the case for the last 2 games. His first drive looks great, and then after that, it kind of fizzles out. But I have faith. They have enough talent. Ben Johnson is a good offensive mind. It will work out eventually. It's just too early for me to say that I'm okay.
Keenan, what's your shirt? I've been trying to figure this out the entire time.
It's a Nike Space Jam style shirt.
Yeah, I like that. It's a dope shirt.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Summer Walker shirt, like the throwback 90s looking.
Oh, no, it's just Nike Space Jam.
I like that. Shirt. You should give me the same one and we can wear it at the same time, matching shirts. Look ridiculous. But so my gut reaction to all these is to not overreact. It's my gut reaction to like any week 2 question. It's like, it's the first 2 weeks. What can you really take away? In this general question, though, where I'm asking about the Bears, I agree with Keenan. I come away most worried about Caleb through these first 2 weeks. I kind of alluded to it on Sunday. How they lost their first game, divisional rival, you're in complete control of that game. You cough it up in the 4th quarter. All right. Second game, divisional rival, a game clearly the Lions had circled on their schedule. Obviously, the Bears did too. It's a divisional game on top of the Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell stuff. And you just get slaughtered. You get waxed, right? So then you can kind of step away and say, okay, 2 divisional games, but I think I'm less worried about Ben Johnson and more worried about Caleb when it comes to that. Man, I mean, look, we went through the whole season last season without bringing up the painted fingernails thing. That's not really a big deal in theory, in everyday life. But let me tell you something, bro. If you're going to play for the Chicago Bears, you're going to play for like the Patriots, the Jets, like there's certain cities where like if you're not winning games, that shit's going to add up on top of like losing to the divisional opponents like this. That stuff's not going to fly in Chicago. That stuff's not going to fly in certain cities, certain like, where the football is king. It's just not going to fly. So I could see this getting super ugly.
Especially gritty cities like that. Like, could you imagine like Mike? I mean, it worked with Rodman. You want to know why it worked with Rodman? They were winning 60 games a year, and they were winning championships. Like you can get away with it if you're Rodman.
Yeah,
and even in
Rodman's
that, like, we
breaking
saw
his
in the
neck
last,
to win. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
Caleb
saying.
doesn't seem like Caleb necessarily listens to his coaches that much. And if you listen to people in the offseason, they were saying like Ben Johnson seems like the real deal. Like he seems like a head coach rather than a coordinator. And Caleb, he's just like you said, Keenan, he looks a lot like last season. He wants to do a lot of his college tricks. He wants to just roll out of the pocket and play backyard football. Can't really do that when you're playing the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, both who have stout defenses. So
what's he gonna do when he
I don't
sees
know,
Green
man.
Bay? Oh boy, like he
Twice.
sees. I was about to say he sees the Lions twice, the Vikings twice, and the Packers twice every year.
Yeah,
If you
they've
can't,
got a tough
if you
schedule
can't
in general. The whole NFC North is a tough schedule. Like even for them, they were last place in that division, and they still got a tough schedule somehow. But we'll see. We'll see. But I agree with you, Keenan. It's more about Caleb to me than it is Ben Johnson and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Because man, if
I
you don't
agree.
come through, moving on from a team in the NFC North to a player in the NFC North, JJ McCarthy. No ad lib, no nothing, no. I'm not going to elaborate. Just JJ McCarthy. Is it time to overreact, or is it not time to overreact?
We're gonna not time to overreact. In college, he played very sound, solid football, and obviously helped lead Michigan to a national championship. He has a younger quarterback, and then he ended up getting injured for an entire year, and then coming back, and it's taken him a second. And obviously, he got hurt. Like, so if you're saying about the injuries again, like obviously with him being hurt again, that could be cause for concern to say, okay, so you've already been injured and now we're getting injured again. But when it comes to play, obviously he's played 8 quarters. He's looked bad for 7 of them, and he looked phenomenal for 1. Obviously, that's a 12.5% rate of looking good. That's not great. Obviously, it's not great, but it's his first 2 games in the NFL. I'm going to give JJ McCarthy a fine pass. The thing that I'd be more worried about is he going to be injury prone, and are we going to have to worry about that? Just because 2 games in already from coming off of an injury, you're injured again, kind of scares me a bit.
Overreact on this one, mainly because he's played 2 games in the NFL, 6.5, 7-ish quarters. He has looked bad, just bad. And 1 quarter against the Bears, of all teams, he looked good. Leads a game-winning quarter. Yeah, he looks great. But the rest of that game, he did not look good. And this entire Monday night game, he looked pretty stinky. The injury is going to keep him out a few weeks, and I think that's just a setback. I don't think he is going to progress any from this point till then. And this team could be bad. Like it could, with Carson Wentz, this team could have 1 win when he comes back from his injury. So I think it'll all be against him. So I just think it'll look like a bad season, even though he's not necessarily a bad quarterback. He just kind of got a bad first year that he started. I'll overreact for this year because I don't think at any point this year he'll look like he did in the 4th quarter versus the Bears for an entire.
I think I'm ready to overreact. Tim, you just explained it perfectly. You go from missing your whole entire rookie season. You're injured by your 2nd game. And it's a knee injury again, correct?
Ankle?
Yeah, I think it's ankle.
Is his ankle?
But they said it was
extremity.
They said it was like 2 to 5 potential.
Not great. And this was exactly my worry with this team was like, all right, even if let's say he's not good, like you're going from a 14-win team to who knows what, probably a non-playoff team, right? With a great roster. Like, how do you react to that as a fan, as an organization? Like, it could just submarine everything. That being said, I'm like not even worried about the injury as much as how bad he looked, as you guys alluded to. I was saying a couple of segments ago how Bryce Young, before he came back last year with the Panthers, how nondescript he looked. Like, he just looked like whatever in the pocket. JJ McCarthy just looks terrible. Anytime he drops back, I have no confidence he's going to do anything good. And that's because of his body language, not because of what I think of him as a player. I mean, to be honest, he's really the first snaps I've ever seen him play. You know, I didn't see him at Michigan. I think the whole JJ McCarthy experiment is risky. But he just looks awful. And then you add an injury on top of that. Like Tim said, how can you progress if you're going to be out another 3 weeks, right? Then you're going to be thrown literally into the fire because it's only going to be more divisional games and tougher games after that at a tough point in the season. So I'm going to overreact a little bit just because, again, kind of was saying it with Caleb and Ben Johnson, this is kind of the stuff that can submarine your career. It's not necessarily your fault. Injuries aren't his fault. But you add that on top of poor play, could get ugly. That being said, I cannot wait to see this Carson Wentz experiment because you got a veteran team, you got a team that should be in the playoffs, and you've got a quarterback who just has a super weird story and apparently is like one of the most hated locker room guys, but does have God-given football ability. It can throw the hell out of the football. Can also throw a lot of interceptions. So I can't wait for this experiment as a whole.
It's also going to be really in this JJ McCarthy thing is going to heat up more over the next couple weeks because the Seahawks play the Saints and the Cardinals, and they play Tampa, Jacksonville, Houston. If Sam Darnold does well,
if they happen to make the playoffs,
he's been like Sam Darnold's been like, he's just literally been But like the better Sam Darnold does, the more pressure it puts on Minnesota because it comes back to the situation of like Sam Darnold's not like old by any means. Why didn't we just keep him? So like and trade JJ McCarthy.
All they had to do was franchise him. I thought they should have kept him.
So that's the thing that I think is going to be very interesting for this is I think that the Seahawks, something that's out of their control 100% completely. The Seahawks I think are going to maybe heat up the clock a little bit because Sam Darnold is literally a month younger than me. So I'm 28. So like he's still very young.
Keenan's still got a 6-year contract left in him, guys. So somebody sign this.
Well, after that,
100%.
after that punt recovery that we saw Tim, I don't know.
Listen, here, all I got to say is this. I'm a much better man than I was that was a little boy then. I'm a much better man now. So
we'll see. We'll set up the same exact situation. Somehow. Yeah, we'll try to get a punt recovery, a muff punt recovery. Okay. I don't know how we do that, but we'll do something.
You can just run me on some routes. I'll show the difference.
Do a foot race. We'll do a 40-yard dash. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, just give me a 40-yarder. We'll be fine.